Coming up on our special holiday edition of AgweekTV, we take a look back at some of your favorite and our biggest stories over the past year, including a look at some groundbreaking weed technology, an equine therapy program that helps traumatized veterans heal, and a North Dakota man who is the world's longest surviving heart transplant recipient. Welcome to our annual AgweekTV holiday special. I'm Emily Beal. Thanks to Superior Grain Equipment in Kindred, North Dakota for hosting us. We hope you're having a very Merry Christmas. Each year at this time, we take a look back at some of our favorite and most popular stories of the past year. Through the years at AgweekTV, we've done a lot of stories about ag technology. It's always changing and improving, making farming more precise and in some cases, less labor intensive. For example, Jenny Schlecht found a new robot that finds and kills weeds.
Yeah, it's getting harder to kill some invasive weeds. The weed robot was tested in fields around the region this summer. Growers got a look at it at the International Sugar Beet Institute in Grand Forks last spring.
Yeah, we build autonomous solar-powered robots.
Farmers at the International Sugar Beet Institute got a first look at a solar-powered robot being developed in Fargo that finds and eliminates weeds.
It's going to miss and ignore all of the brown targets and hit the ones that are blue. And that is using machine learning and AI to enable those type of capabilities.
Kenny Lee is CEO and founder of iGen, which invented the robot weed killer. And he says eventually it will be able to do a lot more.
So imagine being able to detect insects, pests, diseases, nutrient deficiencies. This is the potential of the robotic platform that we're building.
The robot has been shown off at Grand Farm, an ag innovation campus near Castleton, North Dakota. Grand Farm Director William Adderholt says the farm is a place for companies like iGen to work out technology that would be hard to incorporate directly on the farm.
We are putting considerable thought and effort into better understanding how people do their work in a farm, what problems they have and what opportunities they could see come forward before we even want to propose a solution.
Lee is an engineer, not a farmer, but he is happy to be working to make ag better.
Agriculture is a pillar of society, and farmers are stewards of the land, and I find no other cause that's as important as this.
30 to 40 robots were deployed in fields between Fargo and Ada, Minnesota over the summer.
Thanks, Jenny. If there was a gift of Western wear under your tree, maybe Santa bought it at Ray's Western Wear and Saddlery in Acoma, South Dakota. Kenny Tesh found that it's one of the region's biggest and oldest Western stores, and it's going strong in a new location and with new owners. Ray's is still in the same family that started it 70 years ago, but now the fourth generation has taken over the business. The business moved to a new location in Acoma in February, closer to the interstate. Brooke Whitebear and her husband Caden took it over in October when her grandparents retired. The store was founded by her great-grandfather Ray Steckelberg in 1957. They strive to be a full-service Western store.
We do obviously really well with rodeo athletes, ranchers, farmers. We try to be versatile and serve people in our community too, just another clothing outlet. But really statewide, for a full, complete Western store, that's really what we strive for. Sometimes it's hard to find that. Even tourists that stop by tell us like, man, you just don't see stores like this anymore.
Whitebear says she hopes her children take over the store someday, taking it into the 5th generation. And she tells us they had a good Christmas season in their new location. During the holiday season, many of our gatherings center around food, but you might not think much about where horseradish comes from. But Noah Fish found that there's a family business in Eau Claire, Wisconsin that's been growing and processing the pungent plant for generations. Now, Silver Spring is the world's largest grower and processor of horseradish. Their products can be found in nearly every grocery store in the U.S. and several other countries. Eric Rigg is the president of Huntsinger Farms and Silver Spring Foods. They grow and process 7 to 9 million pounds of horseradish a year. But because it's such a niche crop, it's hard to find planting or harvesting equipment. So Rigg says they've modified their own machines over the years.
What works for harvesting potatoes, maybe we can chop this apart and rebuild it for our purposes. So that's essentially what we've done. The planting part is still labor intensive. We have not figured out how to automate that process yet, so it's still planted by hand.
Horseradish likes cold weather, so Riggs says the climate and soil in Wisconsin are good for horseradish. It's harvested in the spring and fall. They grow it in a 5 to 7 year rotation with corn, soybeans, and other forage crops. They make some 400 other condiments and sauces as well. The plants produce 100 million pounds of products a year. Coming up on this special holiday edition of AgweekTV, we'll take you to an equine therapy program that's bringing hope and healing to veterans.
At OK Tire, we're here to keep you going, whether you're in the field or on the job site. From heavy-duty replacement tracks and conversion systems, planners to power sports, we have the right solution to tackle every working condition. We even offer a free, no-obligation undercarriage inspection to ensure your equipment is ready to roll. With expert installation and premium brands, OK Track Solutions is here to keep your operation on track.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota Ag Bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
From Superior Grain Equipment in Kindred, North Dakota, welcome back to our holiday Best Of edition of AgweekTV. This is the season of gratitude, and a South Dakota farmer is grateful he's able to stay in the field after a life-changing accident. Ariana Schumacher brought us Justin Minard's story.
Justin was paralyzed in an accident, and he feared that it would be the end of his farming career. But he continues to do the job he loves through hard work and determination.
I've wanted to farm ever since I was a little kid. As soon as, I was driving tractors before my feet would even touch the floor.
The dream of farming is something that easily could have been stripped away from Justin Minard. In July of 2020, he was in a motocross accident that left his legs paralyzed. Justin hit a rain rut, landing a jump.
First thing he said to me was, "I'm sorry, Dad, but I think I'm paralyzed."
Throughout his recovery, Justin had one goal on his mind: to be back in the field by harvest.
We missed bean harvest, but I made it in time for corn harvest, and once I got home, there wasn't a day that we combined I wasn't in the combine.
Justin can do most of the things that he used to do on the farm, but the way he does them has changed.
We do the same thing everybody else, it just takes us a little longer time to get things done.
Things like this lift chair have helped Minard to get back in the tractor cab.
I can run it all off of a little handheld remote that I've got on a lanyard. When I'm sitting in the driver's seat, I can get the lift to pick up off the back, it swings around, and I get out of the driver's seat onto the seat on the lift, and then it'll swing me over and it'll put me basically in any piece of equipment that I want to run.
Most of the tractors and combines are operated by hand anyways, so Justin didn't have to make many adaptations to the equipment. In the planting and grain cart tractors, they have attached levers to the brake pedals so they can be used by hand. They also have hand controls in their automatic semi.
Being able to do a lot of these tasks, it makes me feel like the old me.
This year, Justin received the Governor's Award for Outstanding Individual with a Disability.
I was completely blown away. I had zero idea that I was even nominated for such an award.
It's an achievement Justin says he never would have accomplished alone.
I'm the one in the chair, but I get to keep doing what I do because of the love of my family and my friends and my community.
Justin tells us harvest went well, with no rain delays and fairly good yields, despite some heavy rains earlier in the season.
Thanks, Ariana. Veterans are a big part of why we enjoy freedom, but too many are suffering from the effects of their service. I traveled to Rice, Minnesota, where veterans can participate in equine-assisted therapy at Gates of Hope free of charge. We want to warn you, this story deals with trauma and the suicidal thoughts that can accompany it.
It was 10 minutes away from suicide. I had the rope rigged up in my pole barn, and I was just making one last run through my house, and I saw a refrigerator magnet with the Veterans Crisis Line number.
After calling that number, Bruce Beggs was brought to his local VA hospital. Bruce served in the U.S. Navy from 1974 to 1980. After graduating a residential treatment program, Bruce moved to the Eagles Healing Nest in Sauk Center, Minnesota. That's where he found out about Gates of Hope.
I was a little bit skeptical at first, and but then the more I just kept coming, I don't know, something clicked. It just worked for me. And then with my four-legged therapist, Twist, that's really the only horse I'd ever worked with. Jodine works with me too. It's the one thing I'm really thankful for is that I made that phone call.
Fallen Fridays is for our veterans. The veterans come free. I don't want to charge them just because of the service that they have provided for us, the freedoms that we have because of their sacrifice. That was one of my ways of saying thank you.
Jodine Edelman started Gates of Hope 9 years ago. After hearing of equine-assisted therapy, she knew she wanted to incorporate it into her facility.
We've been tracking the veterans as far as their symptoms, their PTSD symptoms, isolation, substance abuse, all those kind of things. And we're reducing those symptoms on the average by about 70% now. And I'm hoping to get that higher.
Alec Embry served in the U.S. Army from 2009 to 2017. He says working with Jodine has been very healing.
Jodine's ability to be patient and kind and graceful by pulling some darkness or things that we might not even know about ourselves for decades.
Nathan Johnson served in the Army for 20 years. The Fallen Fridays have been such a positive experience, they keep him coming back.
We get very emotional here and we have very intimate moments, but those horses, whatever they do, they can basically adapt their central nervous system to ours, and they can calm us down.
That's the best way to describe it. There's an old joke, what happens when you play a country western record backwards? You get your woman back, you get your pickup back. That's really happening with me. It's for real. I'm getting everything back.
If you or a veteran you know is suffering, please contact the number listed on your screen. Coming up on AgweekTV, as we continue our holiday look back over the past year with a story about the greatest gift of all, the gift of life.
We started with a raw piece of ground out here, and we put in bins, and then we started coming in with the leg and dryer system and threw in a pit. The process with working with them has been very simple. It was a one-stop shop. Go there. We came up with a plan together, and they have been executing it flawlessly. Hi, I'm Brian Hoffman, and I highly recommend using Advanced Grain out of Mayville, North Dakota.
Looking to add non-GMO conventional and organic soybeans to your rotation this year? Soyco International out of Gary, Minnesota is looking for new farmer contracts for the 2025 season. They have proven marketing strategies, partnered with local agronomy expertise to work alongside and provide the certified seeds needed for their contract growers. Soyco International is offering premium prices to boost your operation's bottom line. Reach out to Sean Young today at 218-350-3863 to answer any questions.
Introducing the all-new Vatterstadt Tempo K24, designed and built in the U.S. It combines capacity with superior precision, even at very high speeds. With PowerShoot technology that uses positive air pressure to take full control of the seed from the meter all the way down to the soil, using no belts, motors, or brushes. Start your journey to outstanding emergence. Pre-order your Tempo K today.
Protect your wheels from wear, tear, and debris obstruction with the patented Gauge Wheel Protection System from Jung Enterprise, Inc.
It's steel on steel, so there's no friction like you have with rubber, so it turns much easier.
The steel ring also acts as a scraper, preventing spoked wheels from getting plugged in the mud and the lip of the tire from getting worn away.
It's made such a big difference. I don't have near the issues anymore.
Reduce downtime and extend the life of your tires. Contact Jung Enterprise, Inc. today.
When it comes to grain storage and handling solutions, one call does it all. Gateway Building Systems is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Our expert team is dedicated to creating a customized plan for your future success. Expanding your operation has never been easier with our range of Brock solid bins, grain dryers, conveyors, and more. As your trusted partner, we are committed to serving the needs of farmers. Take the first step toward success and call Gateway Building Systems today.
From Superior Grade Equipment in Kindred, North Dakota, you're watching our holiday Best Of edition of AgweekTV. This is the time of year we love to share gifts, and a retired Maddock, North Dakota farmer still feels very blessed by a gift he received 45 years ago. Rose Dunn joins us now with his story.
In October of 1979, Brent Evgee got the gift of a new heart to replace his diseased one. It was a time when heart transplants were very new, and today he is the world's longest surviving heart transplant recipient.
Yeah, I'm the unicorn.
Brent Evgee grew up in Fargo, and after graduating from North High in 1977, he joined the Navy. But about a year in, at age 19, he got sick while deployed in the Mediterranean, cardiomyopathy severely damaging his heart.
They discharged me from the Navy, sent me back to Fargo. They gave me 6 months to 2 years to live. And
during that time, he happened to see a movie about an athlete who got a heart transplant.
I didn't even know they existed at that time. And I said, I'm going to get me one of those,
So he contacted his Navy doctors, who referred him to Stanford. It was one of just 3 hospitals in the U.S. doing heart transplants at that time. He got his new heart there in October of 1979, done by transplant pioneer Dr. Stuart Jameson.
Yeah, it was experimental surgery. I mean, that was how it was deemed. And
at the time, the average heart transplant survival rate was just 5 years. But as he recovered, Brent tried to get back to a normal life. He started farming and raising buffalo near Maddock, North Dakota.
I used to, got to know a lot of people in that buffalo industry and traveled around, going here and there, going to the stock shows and stuff. So
he still relies on about 10 medications a day, and some have led to other health issues. But although his heart is 15 years older than he is, it's still going strong.
I like to go fishing and go hunting and be outside, and I like traveling. Just trying to enjoy life, I do have the limitations, and I know what they are, so I don't overdo it.
Brent is grateful to his doctors, but he says he also relies on a higher power.
Faith is a big part of my life, and I do believe that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
He's especially thankful for his donor, and he urges everyone to become an organ donor.
But the biggest thing right now is there's not enough organ donors. There's not enough people signing up, and then their families, come that terrible time when their loved one passes, allowing their wishes to be fulfilled.
Brent doesn't really understand the fuss about his world record, but he's happy to hold it.
I'm just very, very lucky, very blessed.
I grew up with Brent, and I checked in with him recently. He says he's still doing well. He credits his longevity in part that he is diligent about his medications and regular visits with his cardiologist.
Thanks, Rose. It's a great story. Still ahead as we continue this holiday edition of AgweekTV, we'll meet a farmer who makes a case for case.
For home delivery of AgWeek, log on to agweek.com or call 800-811-2580.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota Ag Bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
Looking to add non-GMO conventional and organic soybeans to your rotation this year? Soyco International out of Gary, Minnesota is looking for new farmer contracts for the 2025 season. They have proven marketing strategies, partnered with local agronomy expertise to work alongside and provide the certified seeds needed for their contract growers. Soyco International is offering premium prices to boost your operation's bottom line. Reach out to Sean Young today at 218-350-3863 to answer any questions.
When it comes to grain storage and handling solutions, one call does it all. Gateway Building Systems is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Our expert team is dedicated to creating a customized plan for your future success. Expanding your operation has never been easier with our range of Brock solid bins, grain dryers, conveyors, and more. As your trusted partner, we are committed to serving the needs of farmers. Take the first step toward success and call Gateway Building Systems today.
Welcome back to Superior Grain Equipment in Kindred, North Dakota for our holiday Best Of edition of AgweekTV. Farm toys are a popular Christmas gift, but one Minnesota farmer has fun with his full-size collection. Michael Johnson met with Larry Jacobson earlier this year.
There are several sheds at Larry and Regina Jacobson's farm showcasing a lot of farming history. They have about 100 vintage case tractors.
They say it's a disease and there's no known cure.
Larry Jacobson's love of case machinery is in his blood, maybe even his DNA.
Mainly what started with case was my great-grandfather bought a complete case threshing rig in 1888.
Later, Larry's dad started using case equipment. Then Larry joined him. He started buying old plows for parts, and somewhere along the line, it turned into a collection.
One point I was paying $25, maybe $50, no more than $100 for plows. And so I'd buy them just because I wanted to take parts off them. And then all of a sudden I thought, gee, these are kind of neat. I really shouldn't be doing this. So I quit doing that. And I've accumulated up quite a collection of plows out there.
Jacobson is a wealth of case knowledge.
I always tell people, do you realize that case was green when John Deere was red?
Jacobson is proud that most of his collection still runs, and he even uses some of it around his farm and garden. He even has a rare case car. Jacobson still travels the country adding to his collection, and he says he'll be a collector to the end.
I always said that my 2470 case four-wheel drive, I've never found a hole it couldn't get me out of, so I figure if I'm buried in it, I'll be able to get back out of there again.
Larry tells me he has hauled a few more tractors home since we were there. This winter, he's working on an 1832 case built in the 1920s. Another highlight was attending the national convention of the J.I. Case Heritage Foundation in Wisconsin. He brought his case car.
Thanks, Michael. Still ahead on this holiday edition of AgweekTV, one of our favorite holiday traditions, sharing our bloopers with you.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire and Service. All controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
Protect your wheels from wear, tear, and debris obstruction with the patented gauge wheel protection system from Jung Enterprise Inc.
It's steel on steel, so there's no friction like you have with rubber, so it turns much easier.
The steel ring also acts as a scraper, preventing spoked wheels from getting plugged in the mud and the lip of the tire from getting worn away.
It's made such a big difference. I don't have near the issues anymore.
Reduce downtime and extend the life of your tires. Contact Jung Enterprise Inc. today.
Introducing the all-new Vatterstadt Tempo K24, designed and built in the U.S. It combines capacity with superior precision, even at very high speeds. With PowerShoot technology that uses positive air pressure to take full control of the seed from the meter all the way down to the soil, using no belts, motors, or brushes. Start your journey to outstanding emergence. Pre-order your Tempo K today.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
We started with a raw piece of ground out here, and we put in bins, and then we started coming in with the leg and dryer system and threw in a pit. The process with working with them has been very simple. It was a one-stop shop. Go there. We came up with a plan together, and they have been executing it flawlessly. Hi, I'm Brian Hoffman, and I highly recommend using Advanced Grain out of Mayville, North Dakota.
From Superior Grain Equipment in Kindred, North Dakota, you're watching our holiday best of edition of AgWeek TV. We appreciate you watching this special holiday edition of AgWeek TV. We'd like to again thank Superior Grain Equipment for hosting us. As we say goodbye, we hope you'll enjoy some AgWeek TV bloopers. Happy holidays, everyone.
This is gonna be chaotic. This is gonna be so chaotic, but it's gonna make the blooper reel. I can guarantee.
Made from soybeans.
Their crop includes aronio berry. Their crop.
Farm Dog USA. Oh, I'm sorry. I talk with my hands. I'll hit you.
Nope, you gotta grow up. Not grow up. You gotta grow up, Evan. I think that's the most I've ever thought about horseradish in my entire life.
What else should we?
That's a tough one.
He's excited because now he's got something for the Christmas show.
And we're done.